podcast. I am your host, Amy Brown. It used to be Nerdy 4. We've changed it. Don't overthink it. I have a special guest in my costume chamber tonight. I have my new friend I met on vacation, and then we just got back yesterday, and I tricked him into coming over tonight to be on the podcast. My friend Reese.
Hi. I thought we were coming over for drinks, and then all of a sudden the lights are on. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, hello.
This is how we trick all of our friends over.
I love it.
They make it into content. Nothing.
We're like new besties.
We are new besties.
Yeah.
And so, okay, this is what's fascinating. We went on a trip together. There was 11 total people in a house, and I knew maybe three. I knew 3 people.
Can you ever really know yourself?
Fair enough. Can you ever really know yourself? But it's like, that's a lot of energy to bring to one space and on vacation. Like, going on vacation with somebody can make or break a relationship. It can make or break a friendship, a marriage, parent, sibling. It can just, it can do a lot of damage. But this was kind of perfect.
I loved every second of it.
We went to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
We stayed in an Airbnb.
Yeah.
We drank.
Excessively.
No, never.
No, okay,
Never.
One bit.
Not Ty. We went on all these little excursions together. I wanted to talk about the perils of vacationing with people and staying in an Airbnb. Like, I had friends that went to Mexico, and then they were with a group of people, and then someone hooked up with somebody, and everyone got robbed.
Oh, God.
Wait, did the person that they were hooking up with rob everybody?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so we got propositioned by a gigolo.
We did, and
You
that
tell
was
the
just the
story.
start of the vacation.
It was the first night.
It was the first night, and I thought winning, actually, and a very handsome gentleman. He may or may not have actually worked there, but he came up to us
At the
separately.
bar.
At the bar.
The El Factoria. It's a
Yes.
very famous bar in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
It's
in
stunning, actually.
the old district.
Multiple rooms, lots of gigolos. And we basically, I couldn't quite tell if he was a waiter or not.
I had waiter energy. He's
He
like,
had
you
waiter-
guys can sit in here.
Yes.
Room is open. It's available. And then what did he say to you?
Well, I mean, after not getting any drink orders from us,
That's
he
a
was
good
like,
point. That's a good point.
And I, we were leaving, and he said,
Context clues.
I just want you to know, I'm here to serve you anytime you want.
My husband would be hard as a rock if I ever said that to him.
Well, it made me turn my head. And I said, thank you. I'll be leaving now, actually, because my husband was headed out the door, and I was like, I think I should probably go now.
Okay. I want to do it again. Say it so I can learn how to say this.
I just want you to know.
I just want you to know.
I'm here to serve you.
I'm here to serve you.
Anytime you want.
Anytime you want.
It was very suggestive. I wasn't even suggestive. I mean, basically, he
Serve.
just serve.
Yeah.
Or maybe he said service. I don't know.
That wasn't suggestive. That was straightforward.
Straightforward.
Yes.
He was letting you know that you could purchase his sexual time.
His very important.
Also, Amy, you have to do nothing to make Kenton.
I know, it's so easy as a girl.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just that Kenton's.
I love being a girl.
Kenton's just horny. He's ready.
That's true.
He's good to go.
That's true. And then, okay, so you walked by. He said this to you as you walked by as we were leaving?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then I was leaving right after you, basically.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to teach you how to salsa dance.
Goodness.
If there's anything you need, I am here for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really loud in there. I'm old, so I could I was just getting some of what he was saying. And I was like, do you know anybody who could give us a history tour tomorrow? That was my response, because I am so clueless. I have no idea when people are trying to be sexual.
Oh my God. But it's a matter of knowing your audience, though. And I think he zeroed in on me and zeroed in on you. And he was like, are y'all like related? Are you like brothers and sisters or something? Because I'm going to get a 2-for-1.
Do we have hard up energy? What's going on? We were isolated from the pack.
We were. I think that's why he pounced. He basically was like, they're alone.
We
Get
were
them
the
out.
baby bison of the herd. And
Yes.
he found us.
TLDR, nothing happened. We kept our
Our virginity.
respectability.
Yeah, I'm not paying for sex.
Oh, absolutely not. No. Not when you can get it for free. But I was flattered. I don't know if you were flattered. I was.
Oh, yeah. I
mean, being a gentleman of a certain age, and by gentleman, I put air quotes around those. But
yes,
I think there's something to say for
getting a little energy thrown your way.
Yeah.
It does put a little hip in your giddy up.
Everything's a business
pop in your
venture too.
step.
But yes.
Yeah. Oh. I never know what to do with that kind of energy, like flirty energy.
Yeah.
I immediately blush and start giggling and making like jokes about feet. Like, I don't know what to do.
feet.
Okay, so yes, I wonder too if the gigolo isolated us from the herd. Is that the PC word, gigolo?
Sex worker.
Sex worker.
Escort,
I think sex worker.
That's
gigolo.
the escort.
Yeah.
He wasn't ugly.
No, he was
Latino,
quite handsome.
Sexy guy.
I don't think gigolo denotes like the attractiveness.
Right, but I didn't know if that was a slur from the 70s. Okay. I wonder if he's
like the film American Gigolo with Richard Gere.
American Gigolo.
Highly
Yeah.
recommend it. One of the best films ever.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's not really that good.
Okay. I wonder if he isolated us because he could tell we were both extroverts and they had spouses that were introverts.
I think so.
Here's a fun one: rent boy.
Oh.
That's
Is that a musical?
No, that's
Rent?
a term for a male escort.
Oh, right.
Rent
A
Yes.
rent boy.
That sounds like a
yeah.
slur because you can't say houseboy anymore.
I like the idea. Listen,
Yeah.
Joel's bi.
if I'm out there gigoloing myself, I like the idea of rent boy. That's a
Rent
fun
boy.
one. Yeah.
Like, pay my rent.
Yeah.
I'm a boy.
Yes.
Yeah, rent boy.
That could work too.
That could work too.
He was more of a man, though. Not that I paid too
He
much
was
attention.
very thin.
I love my husband.
It
a
sounded
lot,
like y'all
but-
paid a lot of attention to this man.
I mean, he was about 6'2", broad-shouldered.
He was tall.
A little bit of a
Yeah.
tuft of manhood.
Oh, see, it's like dark hair, thin. That was
Yeah.
the energy I got.
But also the first night or the first day was a bit of a blur because I think we were in a bit of a whirlwind.
A
maybe?
whirlwind because
Yeah.
yes. So we flew into San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Filed in. So it was all gay guys and
A gaggle of gays.
A gaggle of gays and rock climbers. So zero body fat
Yeah.
on everyone except for me.
Now, normally I would say that we had some equilibrium there, but I'll just say the gaggle of gays were very excited that there were a lot of rock climbers there. I don't know that the rock climbers were really excited that there was so
Right.
much gaiety.
I think the climbers had a great time.
I think the climbers did too, actually.
I know my husband was excited. I had some people to talk to that I liked.
So wait, let me because y'all are now. I get your best friends. I've had these relationships before. So you guys went and had to stay at the same Airbnb because something was overbooked. How
It was the
this?
plan.
Oh.
It was a big house.
Oh, yeah, we
Okay.
chose this. It was great.
Okay.
It was like 2 apartments basically stacked
Yeah.
on top of
Okay.
each other.
With a
Yeah.
rooftop,
Okay.
like a rooftop bar and a swimming pool. Not on the rooftop,
fun.
but really lovely space. Really,
The pool was tiny and probably filled with semen. Let's be honest. It was lovely. No, it was lovely. It was just the
Okay.
tinier the
Yeah.
pool, the more the concentration of anything that might go into a
yes,
pool.
exactly. And they made good use of the space because it basically was like, went right
It
up
was
to
a
the fence
tiny
line.
pool. It was
Yeah.
a teeny tiny pool.
Yeah.
It was a soaking tub.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
So yeah, that's why we're all staying together.
Okay.
And then
so we went down there for rock climbing and then
drinking.
Drinking.
I think Puerto Rico's a gay town. I got that
Yeah.
energy.
I think everywhere's a gay town.
Yeah.
Well-
Well, when we showed up, it was.
Yeah.
There's like gay, like not every place has a gay bar. Can you believe it?
Oh, I can't actually. But if they do, I mean, it's good.
They had tons in
They
Puerto
had
Rico.
tons. They had tons. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like a place, a destination.
Well, and also we went because one of our mutual friend that basically brought us together, it was his birthday.
his
So we were
birthday.
there to celebrate his
okay,
birthday.
there we go.
We should have started that.
That's
at the
what I was just
beginning.
because I thought that it was like just complete strangers.
Oh, now that would be.
Like a Uber pool,
Daring.
but
That's
a
what-
house.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Because
You take 11 strangers together and put them in a
It was
house.
a reality TV show.
Before we recorded, Amy was asking me this question about splitting things. I thought you guys just had to accidentally do it, and I was like, "This sounds like poor people things, and we don't talk about that on this show." You guys just all did.
Oh, it was by design.
Yeah. Okay. This makes sense.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
done that before, where like you've like split like a big Airbnb or a
Yes.
house rental.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What are the pitfalls for that? What can go wrong? You can have somebody who's playing music loud at night.
Yep.
You can have someone who's doing their hair dryer early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You can have someone with a terrible cold and a fever.
exactly.
It was everyone was sick. Everyone was
Yeah.
sick on this trip. There was one with diarrhea and one with a flu.
Yeah.
And are you okay? Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling a little flushed now that we're talking about it, but no, I feel fine, as a matter of fact.
The more it suggested, the more I'm like, Typhoid Mary. Oh So
Everyone survived. I mean,
Everyone survived.
spoiler alert, we're all still living.
I'm surprised that it went that well.
Well, I'll just give a quick plug to our friend Will.
Yes.
So Will's, I believe wholeheartedly that people have superpowers on this earth and whatever, and his superpower is bringing people together, like a diverse set of group of folks, and we were about as diverse as you can get, and we all instantly clicked. And I think we were all there to celebrate Will, but the sort of benefit of bringing us together as strangers in a house, 11 of us, is that we all really like each other, and we all really got along. And I think, we're talking about dinner parties after the fact, and just kind of. And here I am on your show, like the very next day after we got back.
Very next day.
This is the beauty.
Kismet. Okay.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Okay. I think it helps that you and I both love musicals, and we have husbands that are. You said it the best. You said you and I are all gas.
Oh, we're all gas and they're all brake.
They're all brake.
They are pump the brake.
We were hiking up a hill,
Yeah.
and it was a grassy mountain feeling.
Yeah.
And we started singing "The Hills Are Alive."
Oh my
and
God.
we wanted to twirl, and your husband was like, "Absolutely not."
My husband, who is English, is very reserved, and it takes a lot for him to, basically loosen up. I mean,
Well, I was like, he can suffer in silence. I know that for sure. But
that's his superpower.
That's his superpower. For him to be like, absolutely not. Like, is my husband here? Like, who said that?
I don't think he was expecting, like, he was like, oh my God, in stereo, I'm getting it on both sides of my ear.
And I'm doing it way higher, so it's got to be
yeah.
piercing on his British ears.
But it was a very it was a very Austrian type field. I mean, it was
in Puerto Rico,
It was in Puerto
next
Rico.
to a 1500s fortress.
Yes.
El Moro, the Castillo de Felipe.
Oh, stunning.
Okay, my surprise about
Yeah.
Puerto Rico is that it's got Christopher Columbus went there a year after he came here. Like 1493, he was there.
Did he know that that's where he was going?
Well, I don't know how the Apple phones were back then and the directions.
I mean,
up Google Maps. But then Ponce de Leon, the guy who was looking for the Fountain of Youth in Florida, he was the first governor for Spain of Puerto Rico. He had a family there. He went to Florida to look for the Fountain of Youth, and
right.
he died and became like the first Florida guy.
So I guess fair to
Florida
say
man.
he didn't find the Fountain of Youth.
I don't think he
then.
did it.
I know.
But his family stayed in Puerto Rico for 200 more years, and they had a house. I have a picture of their house that they lived in.
And they're right above the governor's mansion, right? Is that where they were? Like right on the hilltop?
But yeah, over there.
Yeah.
And it was fascinating to sometimes, like, I think we get very like myopic and like navel gazing as Americans, but like there's a lot of history around that is not necessarily in Estados Unidos.
Well, I'll just say, actually, I mean, being sort of, myopic in our historical view, a lot of folks think that Ponce de Leon is just a road that runs through Atlanta. But there is real history
We'll
there.
never know the truth.
I will tell you the original Fountain of Youth is right next door to the Krispy Kreme on Ponce.
Oh.
Did you know that?
No, do tell.
Oh, it doesn't really work well. It's now a diabetes clinic.
Oh.
It's very sad.
Were they doing Ozempic shots?
They are doing, your GLP ones can actually be gotten right next door, actually.
Is it to the
No,
the
but literally,
donut shop?
Did you know across the street? So sorry, we're off topic now, but right across the street from the Krispy Kreme is a diabetes clinic.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
It's
actually.
a finite circle then. You just circle like out and around, out and around.
No,
out and
it's
around.
good. It's good marketing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Is it the same Krispy Kreme that done burned down?
Twice.
Like I love living in
It was really
Atlanta.
bad.
Take that, Puerto Rico.
But I'm with you. I think I was surprised by Puerto Rico's rich history. Mm-hmm. I mean, knowing it was obviously like beautiful to begin with, but seeing the
you
rich
went to the
history.
rainforest. What was that like?
Oh, the rainforest was stunning.
Was it stunning?
Oh my goodness.
Was it also stinging? Did you get a lot of bites?
No bites. We did moderate hikes. We did a couple of waterfalls. There was like an observation tower. It's got just like panoramic views of the island. I mean, it was just gorgeous. It was really beautiful.
That's nice. You had a waiter tell you absolutely had to go to.
Do
not do the Bacardi tour. Do nothing else. Go now to the rainforest.
That's right.
Don't go in the main entrance. Go in the side entrance. Park here and.
Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, he was like, don't be your regular tourist. Do a little off the path.
Yeah, and he gave you, told you where all the little secret things to do. Is he
was
right?
Amazing. Oh, he was so right.
Was it easy to find?
Yeah, actually, it was.
How car sick would I have gotten on the drive up to the mountain?
I think you did okay considering we were on a boat, and you did okay on a boat.
I did not do okay on the boat.
You didn't?
You
look like you were doing okay.
Thank you. I was trying to pretend I was doing it. Did you see the part where my husband rubbed my back for an hour?
I thought he was just being really loving.
Longingly into the wind of the boat. Please, God, may I keep my lunch?
Amy kept texting me last week saying, if I die, you have to post. Oh, because it wasn't because of the boat; it was because of the plane ride.
I did it twice.
You did it because I didn't respond.
You didn't respond.
Oh, baby.
Because I didn't know the first time you said it, I was like, I don't know what she's talking about, and we're messaging about like 3 different things right now. I'm gonna move on.
Oh,
and then she's like, but seriously, if I die,
please post my Nebraska show that I did. I got a good tape of it. It was the best audience, the best acoustics, and they were paying attention and laughing the whole time.
We love you, Nebraska.
I want to put that out there so when I'm dead, my kids can be like, Mom had a pretty good joke about shorty shorts 25 years from now when they care.
Well, but also like maybe your last podcast would be a really funny eulogy.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Wah.
Well, I mean,
but you didn't die, and you're here, and you look fabulous, as always.
Yes, but it still counts. If I die, you have to make it public, that one I've uploaded. Okay? Podcast producer /
I don't think you're
will.
This is in the living will.
Yeah.
The advanced directive.
Advisor.
I guess you're gonna take a couple more flights between now and when we film your album.
You can just die not on a flight, too.
That's true. You can die at any time.
Womp womp.
One of my friends just died of cancer. She was young.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. She was a comic that used to be. Did you know Jen Lenny?
I didn't.
Yeah, but she passed away recently.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing is
Guaranteed. No. Tomorrow's promised to no one.
That's why when you're on a hill in Puerto Rico, you fucking sing.
You were going to dance and sing your ass off.
Are alive.
The hills are alive.
He left us and we got a tape of it. You and I did a little tape.
We did, yeah.
I'll put it on the
but
internet.
It looks good, apparently.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm off key, but I'm always off key. It's
I'm
part of my
definitely
charm. All right, so there's a lot of keys you can hit. All right, renting. Okay. This is what I'm worried about. Okay, can you tell I'm trying to build up to doing a trip where I get friends together and we do an Airbnb?
Oh.
This is like actually...
Oh, this is the dry run. This trip was a dry run.
I've tricked you into my costume chamber so you can give me a pep talk about doing that. These are my concerns, besides dying before my tape is out. Liability. What if your friends break everything? Because that's happened one time.
Like everything in the apartment?
Yes. And then they're like, that was actually $1,000 lamp we got in Provence. Did you save the pieces?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
I'm just going to say sometimes charades can get out of hand. This was my family. This was innocent people.
Did they break something?
Yes.
$1,000 vase.
Irreplaceable vase that was turned into a lamp, and they had a pair, and we broke one because the charades got out of hand. And some of us
don't rent that as an Airbnb and put irreplaceable stuff in there. It's on them.
I'm with you,
It was
Joel,
a friend
on
of the
this,
family
actually.
that let us stay there.
Oh, well, that's on you. That's
so
on you.
more guilt,
That's on
more
you.
guilt,
Yeah.
more guilt.
Well, then don't let people stay at your house.
It's their fault. It's their fault for being generous.
Don't blame the victim, but I kind of see it from both sides, though.
No, if you rented it, if it
Yeah.
was like Airbnb, they shouldn't have stuff like that. But if your friends let you stay at their house, you're the monster.
Now, are we going to name names? Like, who actually did this? Should we shame them? Oh, we don't have to.
No, we can't.
Oh, we
It'll hurt their feelings.
Oh, no, let's not do that. Okay.
They're already vulnerable enough as it is.
Oh, dear.
It
Okay.
was Amy.
So there's like, I will say, I will point this out too. As I am a people pleaser, I'm a 2 on the Enneagram. I'm also a mother. So my energy going into this weekend was, do not mom everybody. Do not be in charge of things. Don't volunteer to be in charge of things just because of that role I've played over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, just try to like be chill. But I realized going with a gaggle of gays, you all were taking turns being mommy.
We were.
You made a beautiful lunch. I don't know if we should name everybody's names, but some of our friends went and bought all the wine for the thing. Like Will would just text us, and then people would volunteer to do things. And I'm like, this is different energy than hanging out with teenage boys.
Oh no, 100%. But I think it also helps because we had like the unifier, Will, and he was like, he was the camp counselor. He was like, all right, here's your itinerary. Here's what we're doing.
Very tight itinerary.
I definitely am not like that, like on vacation. Like I just want to do like one or two things a day. I don't need like super structure. I just want to like chill.
But you go, do that. You say that. But then, we're walking around Old Town San Juan, and it looks like old Spain. Like it's just beautifully stuccoed,
so stunning.
Cobblestones.
Yeah.
And you started talking to a police officer.
Oh, yes.
I think the quote is, because I always like a man in uniform.
There's no lie there.
But then the guy turned out to be like a guard for the governor's mansion. And he said that we could go tour it.
Yes.
So you got like this secret tour that I don't think if you Googled attractions it would come up right away, or even how to tour it would come up right away. So your ability to gab got us a cool like behind the scenes tour of a governor's mansion.
Well, I will just say we were kind of, exploring Old San Juan, and money and power, you can pretty much sniff both out.
Oh, I guess you can.
I was like, oh, this place smells expensive. Let me just see, why is it guarded so
is that what you were asking?
Well, because I was like, what is that? It looks like, something
Did you see
important.
a corgi? And you're like, a 10 up.
But I said to the man in uniform with a badge and a gun.
He was lovely, too.
Oh, he was very nice, very welcoming.
I'm taller than him, but he was lovely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and so he said, oh, it's the governor's mansion, and, here's how you get tickets. And then we got tickets the next day. And it was very surprising to actually be able to just kind of walk into the governor's mansion, which is just beautiful.
It was so fun. And surprise, surprise, the guy who you talked to was also the guy the next morning who was working the gate.
Yes.
And he recognized us.
It was like in a hotel when you check in and you're like, hey, hold on, you're the waiter and the bellboy and the front desk clerk.
Yes, it had that energy.
So I was happily surprised to see him again the next day.
I feel like that just like, if you ask the right questions to strangers, some cool stuff can happen. Joel, do you have any fun stories of asking a stranger a question?
Oh.
Was it?
They involved me getting drugs.
Joel had a heart attack.
I don't do rich people
no.
stuff, but I've done shady stuff like get drugs from strangers and then do drugs with those strangers.
I thought all drugs came from strangers.
No, not all of them.
Some people have doctors.
Some come from your physician.
Actually, you get a consistent drug dealer.
Oh, yes. And then you build a relationship.
Yeah, but that's usually, when you're out of town, it's...
Yes.
Yeah, strangers.
I opened for a comedian who was like, if anyone has marijuana, come see me after the show. And if there are any police officers here, and he pointed to the sign behind his head where it said comedy, like the comedy zone, he's like, comedy.
My disclaimer is I'm not being serious.
Yeah.
But am I?
And he's from Canada, and he said he talked to a lawyer in the United States who said that it was okay to do that on stage. So he was checking.
I've done it plenty of times, and I never talked to a lawyer.
This is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is good.
Well,
every state's different.
Yeah, you can just tell people, hey, I would like some drugs. And then you can't get in trouble for saying you would like them. They can only arrest you if you try to buy drugs from an undercover or you have drugs on you.
so we just put them inside you, and then they're not on you.
Yeah.
I usually just go up to the bar and ask for a gin and tonic. But that's also...
That'll kill you too, buddy.
I know, right?
We'll get you too. I thought you were going to say, I just go to the bartender and ask where to get drugs. I'm like, also a very valid...
Right.
Well, yes. I mean, that's, bartenders are your friends. There's no stranger that's a bartender.
I heard you can go into any kitchen and ask for cocaine.
Oh.
Basically. And they're like, yeah, Eric's got it today. Because they all have to stay on their feet working so hard for such long hours.
I mean, yes, that's not untrue.
Yeah. And there's only so much espresso you can have before you're shitting your pants at work. And then your little lady on Delta who crop dusted the entire plane.
Oh, no.
And they had to reupholster it. Which God. I think you told me that this week. Was that you?
Oh, so... this is a few months ago. But yes,
no, it was over the summer. It was a Barcelona flight because I was on a Barcelona flight a month later. And I was like...
They were a few hours into the flight, and one of the passengers...
Ozempic hit.
had a very unfortunate GI issue. And...
Kablooey!
Kablooey. And I think enough Atlanta folks know people who work at Delta who basically have told us the real truth of what
all
happened.
of Midtown
oh my goodness.
are flight attendants.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And yeah, it sounded like the flight you would not want to be on. They had to turn around. And they're already halfway across the Atlantic. Where do you turn around?
That's already the worst day of your life when you have diarrhea on a transcontinental flight. And then now
our flight
you
was
ruin
not like
everyone's
that,
vacation.
Yeah. It's a few steps up from a screaming child.
Okay. Now, okay, gay. Okay, dink. Dual income, no kids. I'll just say, I have had children on airplanes, and you know what? Those motherfuckers only had to listen to that child cry for like an hour and a half. I have to listen to him cry all the goddamn time. And this is the problem.
Feel my pain.
When they get too tired, there's nothing you can do. You can put the blanket over their head and sniff out their life, or you can let them cry themselves to sleep. Those are the two choices. You can't distract them from their pain.
Oh, no.
Because
They're
you've not
just
had
too
kids.
tired.
I have no
Right?
kids. I have 3 dogs, and that's enough.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the right kids to have.
I'm good with the
dog.
animals.
Okay. I just really quick before I want to put a bow on renting a house with
Yeah.
friends.
Oh, yes.
I know like it's kind of I think what I want to do like when I'm old I want to live in a big house with friends. I think that would be and Kenton's like I
I'm
need
with
alone
you.
time. Maybe you
I'm
and I
with
could
you
live
100
together.
I'm with you 100%.
And then your husband and my husband can live in their quiet house.
Can we do this in the Loire Valley?
We can do it. I think
There's great
I think
wine.
we should just like make sure we have options and we can.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
winter,
Okay.
spring, summer.
Okay, so-
four compounds.
Yes. I think that's absolutely fine. And it's got to have like. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
Well, I was just thinking it's got to have like like a little communal sort of courtyard thing for like big family meals or like.
Right. I have
Whatever.
a fantasy about the main house being like a big kitchen and a big huge fireplace with a big long table like
Yeah.
the Biltmores,
Yeah.
where it's like, 55 of your closest friends can come to dinner.
Every night.
Oh
Could
my
you
God.
imagine? Actually, that'd be quite a lot.
Well, I mean, I take
I
Sunday off.
Actually, I can't imagine, and I think
Part
that'd
of
be
me
fine.
really wants the moment I have a sniff of champagne. I'm like, we should have a dinner party. Are there any? And Joel, you can answer this too, please. What are some like when you're picking people to travel with? What are some red flags?
Oh,
Kids.
as in, are the kids coming,
Yeah.
or do they actually have kids?
Yeah, the kids coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no
that would have
kids.
been a red flag.
Yeah.
But what if they're in their 20s and they are fun? Oh my God, you guys had a flat. They had a flat tire.
Yeah.
Wait, you said
Well, I was in the other car.
Oh, you
Oh, yeah, because I was with y'all.
were with me.
Yeah.
That's right. As I don't remember a lot of
Yeah.
You're
that.
talking about like bringing your kids to this like adult, like we're just gonna hang out and drink all.
That would
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. I mean,
If
they have to learn how to.
If the 20-year-olds want to do that, but they might not want to.
Absolutely, they would be like choice to come
Yeah,
or
yeah,
not
yeah,
come
yeah.
and understand the parameters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Not
they have
like
to learn-
toddlers. No
like-
toddlers.
yeah.
They have to learn a difference between Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc and Sancerre somewhere.
This was part of my formative development, honestly, because I was like child labor.
Yeah.
I basically was like the bartender for all my parents.
Were
like,
you?
My parents
You were
like cocktail
adorable.
parties.
I bet.
I was like, I'm sorry, was that gin and soda or gin and tonic?
Did a lemon or a lime?
Yeah.
Did you want a twist?
Yeah,
Is it a dirty
I
martini?
was pouring drinks by like 10, 11.
Is it shaken or stirred?
Yeah. And because I couldn't quite reach the bar. So
my
I was like,
gosh.
in a little step stool.
Oh.
Not quite
oh.
that bad, but basically my parents paraded me around during like cocktail hour.
my
So
gosh.
so there is a time and a place for kids.
This was my dream, was to have a gay son and parade him and then go to the parade with him. Everything parades all the time. And I got nothing. I just got these straight hairy boys.
Oh, you can still adopt one. Go to Midtown, find a twink, adopt one.
I
You'll be
know.
good.
I should. I think maybe when the house is empty,
Yeah.
we'll make some space for a new one.
You'll start the commune here. Anyway, okay, so sorry.
Okay.
So you were saying red flags.
Red flags, kids, obviously. Okay, you guys. There's this thing. I think we didn't have it on this
Yeah.
trip, but sometimes and I feel this. I get nervous around like the bill paying, and like I just want everyone to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And then sometimes Aunt Amy needs to order 4 cocktails at a party. And people aren't doing that because they can't afford it. And I don't want them to feel responsible for my cocktails at all. And
Yeah.
so there's that to take in, like the communal paying. So we did split wise.
Yeah.
But that just splits the whole bill up by 9 people. It doesn't say we got 1 alcoholic and 1 person with a taste for lobster.
Ah.
So that makes me nervous. So want to weigh it.
You gotta get people that are in the same income bracket.
Well, I think what we should do is like a communist
Sometimes that's hard to
situation where
match.
it's like weighted based on like how much money you make, and we should like just show everyone's taxes before the event.
Can you please come with your
Your
W-2s
your tax return, and then we see like proportionately how much you have to pay. They do that for getting a ticket in Sweden. I've been told if you get pulled over
Do they really? It's like
for
means
drinking
tested?
and driving, you pay more if you have more money. Ooh, if it happened in America, I think it would get burned down.
Oh, that would not fly here.
So yeah, I'm making it feel like people are comfortable and in like their zone of spending that they're used to.
Yeah.
I want to do that because this is not the first time I've felt that energy where it's like, this is not fair. Like that's what I'm always like, just give me the pill.
Well, so I'll just say, I mean, it's not so much of a horror story, but it didn't go as well as planned. A previous trip that I took with a large group of folks
And gays,
in an Airbnb.
the gays, you guys drank so much. You drink way more than I do.
Do you know what? I don't know. It's like we're.
Can you not
we have
breathe?
a bottle of vodka in utero, essentially. That's
What's
how
happening?
we're like. Yeah.
How are you guys like? And then you wake up in the morning, and I'm like, who barfed last night? Nobody.
Nobody. We're
And they
bright as a
cleaned.
daisy.
They
Yeah.
woke up hungover. I'm guessing, maybe not. You cleaned. There's new coffee. Someone went to the
Oh.
grocery store. Like, what's
look,
happening?
We have a schedule to keep, and we have appearances to keep up. So we like basically run with it, and that's what the gays do.
Who peeled the mango?
Because
Oh, yeah.
I can't peel a mango hungover. I will take my thumb off.
when did you have kids?
When did I have them?
Yeah, like because you.
I was 29.
Yeah.
You're onto something.
So yeah, like the gays are spending their formative years learning how to party, bang, and then wake up and party
wake
and
up.
bang. Yeah, like they.
Thank you for saying
they
that.
put the work in.
They put the work
You're over here
in.
raising kids. They're out doing
Yeah.
poppers
Yeah.
until 4 a.m. At work at 9 a.m.
I'm just
That's right.
just decanting a cheese stick for my children. That's as dangerous as it got for a hangover day for me.
No, but we all managed our hangovers quite well. There were a few others who like didn't imbibe because they weren't feeling well. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But no, I think like, you know, if you get a good group of people.
I was really just impressed with
Yeah.
everybody's energy, positive energy,
Yeah.
helpful energy. The drinking was amazing.
Oh, and we had good drinks too. And it was
Yeah.
like, not every night was a boozy night, but I mean, you know, we held our own.
And then we went to sleep, so we're separated.
Yeah.
It was separated straights and gays. Did you notice that?
Oh, well,
In
so you know
retrospect,
what, actually?
we had different- there's a
we
different-
self-segregated too, didn't we? Huh.
And
That's interesting.
I think that was on purpose because the gays go to bed at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
and the straights went to, well, not all of them, but the majority of them went to bed at 9:30.
Yeah. The parents. The parents were like, it's bedtime.
Yes,
it's
you're right.
bedtime.
And this one straight couple without parents, they were up with you guys.
God. Oh yeah, no, they partied hard. It was great. It was great. So the other quick thing I'd just say about red flags.
Okay.
This is very important.
Yeah.
At least to my husband. We were in Fort Lauderdale. This is a few years ago. And we rented a big house, and there were lots of people who we didn't know, and it was a house full of gays, and that's fine. But we were supposed to get the room with the bathroom en suite,
Yes.
and
Do
somebody.
you hold on? Do you know what ensuite means, Joel? It means touch, like the bedroom. You don't have to leave your bedroom and go into a public space to get to the
Oh,
shitter.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
basically,
so if
you
you're
can-
having explosive diarrhea,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a direct line.
You can
or
poop
if you
in
need
private.
to clean up.
Yeah.
Or yeah, exactly.
Poor people just call that a connected bathroom. I didn't know ensuite. Though.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Well,
No, it's fine. No,
yeah,
this is not a poor podcast.
It's a pied a terre.
I try to keep Amy humble.
No,
It's good. It's
It
good.
doesn't work.
No,
it was a connected bathroom.
It's a connected bathroom. And then I kept pretending to be
Yeah.
rich all weekend. I was doing that character. I was like, have fun riding in the trunk of the plane.
Are you in cargo? That's.
Is it comfortable? Can I bring you some nuts?
Oh my god! But my one quick horror story was
Okay, yes,
we
yes.
did not get the bedroom that was en suite
Ensuite?
connected, even though we had requested it. And the person who did actually was traveling on his own as a single person, and he got the big bedroom.
Oh no.
Yes, now that doesn't make sense. And we didn't really know him, and we still don't really know him. But I was like,
He's not on your Christmas card list.
not
I can
on our
tell you
Christmas
that
card list.
right
But
now.
I was like, bro, we're a couple, and this one's got a dodgy stomach, and so we gonna
does
need
he always have a sick stomach?
He does.
Oh, is that
He
because he's
does.
British?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. There's no amount of quinine that will actually calm his stomach.
No, he's got malaria in there from the 1800s.
It's Typhoid Mary all over again. Malaria, typhoid. But no, so that's a red flag if people aren't willing to
I know.
not barter on the rooms, but at least like set some expectations on we're a couple. Could we have
there is a hierarchy of rooms.
Yeah.
And we had gotten an ensuite and I felt guilty the entire time. Like I
Why
should
did
have
you feel
given it
guilty? No,
to
no,
the
no,
couple
no, no.
with the young children.
But the young children weren't there.
But they are so tired. They deserve it. And then, but then we would have to stay in twin beds. And I don't know if Kent and I, like, if we could, I don't know, we could do it.
I went to my friend Allison's a big people pleaser, and I was in her wedding party. So for her bachelorette party, we went to her cabin, and it was so funny because there was like there was like the master bedroom, like very nice. It had an ensuite bathroom, as you would say. But like we got there first because I drove her, and then she was just like, "Do you think anyone would be mad if I took like the big bedroom?" I was like, "You mean at your bachelorette party to celebrate you about to get married?" She goes, "Yeah, I want." Actually, I think you should wait till everyone gets here and ask that. But she goes, "Okay." Well, I was like, "No,
girl,
I'm joking.
that shit is yours.
Yeah, I was
Take
like,
it."
Obviously, it's yours."
Oh my gosh. Yeah. There's a hierarchy of bedrooms.
Yeah.
I got to write that down because that's something to consider.
But I think people didn't balk at it when they got there because not everybody arrived at the same time. So a good sign was that nobody was like, "Hey, how come they've got the fancy bedroom?" Everybody was like, "Oh, cool, I'm in the bunk bed." Or whatever.
Was someone in the bunk bed?
No, but I mean, there were the two singles, but there was a bunk bed, but nobody went there.
Thank God.
That's like the lowest tier.
You
of
can't
the
bunk
hierarchy.
bed. We're going to sit up in the middle of the night and knock ourselves unconscious.
No, it doesn't happen. Just can't.
Some of us have night terrors. So there's a hierarchy of bedrooms.
Yeah.
There's also the splitwise doesn't keep, like, I wonder if splitwise could be like, you could take it and like weight it towards different members who drink too much. They won't notice. They're hammered.
What is Splitwise? That's just like an app.
You put in what you
Yeah.
paid for, and then it does all of it over the weekend. And then it's like you owe Aaron $17, and you owe Elizabeth $5,000 because she paid for everything.
Yeah.
It's like that.
So you upload your receipts, and I think there is a way actually if somebody is more boozy than the other, then I think there's
Okay.
a way to say,
That'd be good.
like, if there were 11 of us having dinner one night, but not everybody had
An entree
an entree.
or drinks.
So I think there's a way to do
Yeah.
that. I'll leave that to my husband. I don't really
I
know.
don't-
I
I'm
don't.
not allowed to touch the checkbook.
I don't touch the finances anymore.
No, I don't either.
Not since my bank manager said not to, and he's my bank manager.
Is he your bank manager? That's lovely. It's nice to have a manager for something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ken's the producer of this show.
Oh, yes. He's
Oh.
the financier.
Yes.
Financier is fancy French for connected.
Yes.
Connecting bathrooms.
Well connected.
Yeah.
He's the EP. You're the EP.
I'm no. He's the executive producer. I'm just
okay.
the producer.
Oh,
He
okay.
has the
EP.
money.
You're talking about hierarchy. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Look,
Kenton-
I'm just the supporting
Kenton's
artist.
just happy that she has someone to talk to.
Oh, my God.
That's
Right.
legitimately what it is.
Dude.
But can I just say though, like, I'll just
They
be-
love each other, but he's just
Oh,
like,
no, I
hey,
know, but-
you go in your closet.
But honestly,
Throw
I
their friends into the closet.
I think we totally connected when we realized that our husbands are carbon copies of each other. Like same introvert, introspective,
Scientist, thoughtful.
data driven. We are driven by emotions.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Do you know what my mom says? I talk a lot about my mom
Yeah.
because I love her so much.
Tell a tale.
Okay, so my mom says, I think this maybe speaks to my ADHD, but she says, Reese, you're jazz. Da 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 da. And she says, I'm ballet. And I'm like, girl, did you just read me? I mean,
Yeah.
but she's right, and I
Were
think in
you
much the same
4
way.
when she said this to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think
My little
basically I
gay
was still in
boy.
womb,
Yeah,
and she
you're
was
sitting there
Stop.
pouring her a highball.
just like,
See, like you're putting an umbrella in all of them. She's like, not all of them need an umbrella, darling.
Oh.
You're jazz.
Oh, my
I'm ballet.
Over my dead body.
I was brought up in an era, this is in Jacksonville, Florida, where you used to be able to get a drink to go from the drive-through at Jack's Liquors. And I specifically remember my mother saying to me, hold my drink while I make a left-hand turn.
Hold my drink.
While I make a
While I
left-hand
make
turn.
a left-hand turn.
And wouldn't you know?
Did she have a cigarette too?
God, she smoked like a chimney. I mean, I love her.
Was
But
it a convertible? In my imagination, it's a convertible.
It was not a convertible. It was a Jaguar XJ6.
Oh, ooh.
And it was. I only say that because it was. I mean, it was a. It was such a money pit, and I even knew this at age 10.
Yeah.
That it was like,
Oh, yeah,
can we
Jaguars
just sell
are a
this
mess.
car? And this is in
Yeah.
the 80s. I'm quite old. This is in the 80s, and I just can't. And it had all kinds of like dents on the side of it because she was not a good driver, and it
Do you think
clearly.
it had anything to do with the drive-through liquor stores?
Could be. But you know, it was
Was it a stick shift?
No, it was an automatic.
I thought she was shifting, and that's why she needed you to hold the
think it
drink.
has something to do with asking her child's son, to hold
My cocktail while
my cocktail. I think I left her.
And it was right next to the pharmacy. There was a drive-through pharmacy, and then there was a drive-through liquor store. Swear to God.
What is she getting at the pharmacy?
Only in Florida.
Amphetamines, because she wants to stay thin.
I mean,
Thin and drunk.
do we know each other? But
Diet pills. A pet pill.
So husbands are carbon copies of each other.
Yes.
And when you and I
We found out when we were in the grocery store.
Yes.
Because we all went to go to the grocery store to buy communal food.
Yes.
This was kind of like a trial by fire. Like,
Yeah.
can you imagine? Like, I already fight with my husband when we grocery shop. Can you imagine fighting with just like a bunch of people throwing stuff in the cart? Who's paying for what's happening?
I don't really eat meat. Not me, but like somebody could have been like, I'm a vegan, and I'd be like, I don't know you.
Yeah, you got some
What are you
good
gonna do?
sausage, I remember. And you and I started singing under our breath, though, because when you are in Puerto Rico and you are an old lesbian, what am I?
We're old souls.
Old souls who grew up doing Broadway sing-alongs.
Yeah, I was
all
a
you can
theater
think
boy.
about is West Side Story. And it's like, I want to be in America. Okay, bye, be in America. Da-da-da-da, in America. And then, I'd like to go back to San Juan. I know a boat you can get on. Bye-bye. So
We did self-censor, though.
We were
under our breath.
They're not singing nice about Puerto Rico.
No, but
And we were
it's a
in
cultural
Puerto
reference.
Rico, and I was like, the words were coming a little bit into my head before they came out my mouth. I was like,
Oh dear. Well, I like to say, when you're hearing it for the first time, I'm hearing it for the first time. There's no self-censorship sometimes. It just comes out.
Yeah.
And you're like, but we did self-censor, and we're like, okay, let's not sing this.
But we did
we'll
do the clapping really quiet down the bread aisle.
And who doesn't love musical theater?
A lot of people, actually.
West Side Story is a classic.
It is a classic, and they remade it.
And they remade it.
And the gym dance scenes are just
Oh my God.
bucket list. I would love to be able to dance like that.
Really should have known
But my
I was gay
sciatica's
when
out.
I saw this.
What's that?
I should have known I was gay when I saw West Side Story for the first time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's technically Romeo and Juliet, so
Yeah.
you could be an Elizabethan gay.
Oh God,
There's so many different
that would
kinds.
not end well.
What are the worst kind of gays to have in your house when you're renting a house and it's on vacation? Speaking to the microphone.
Oh my God, someone with a foodborne illness.
Okay, well, that's
sorry. Okay,
too
no.
close to home.
You don't even go with gals around.
The worst kind of gay to have when you're renting a house, I think, like an absolute party gay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, this doesn't apply just to the gays.
Okay.
Anybody who's like out of sync with the sort of, I don't want to say like the house norms, but if everybody's like chill and then one person is like, I'm going to go out until 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring strangers back to the house.
Yeah,
They are gonna rob you.
You might get robbed. You might not have a kidney. I'd say that's a pretty bad thing.
I'm realizing that most of the people on the trip were in couples, happy couples.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
so
really good. We were all like
no one was hungry for
stable.
a visitor.
No.
Wink.
And we got propositioned.
Yes. So
I hate saying no. I'm a people pleaser too.
well, I wonder what the bill would be.
Oh, Lord, more than I've got.
Yeah. So yeah, party gay would be bad. I think so. Some people just love making people miserable, like just like super high maintenance.
Yeah.
So those people aren't good.
Like downers. We didn't have any downers. We had lots of people who were like uplifters.
Uplifters
Like-
and people white knuckling it because they're sick
Yeah.
and just like, I'm okay.
I'm going to do fine.
Which is so sweet.
I'm doing fine.
How many people were sick over the weekend?
2
Yeah.
one on each level.
Although I can, even though I just met you, Reese, you are a carbon copy of Amy. I could see both of you hiring
thank
an
you.
escort without the sex
Without
part.
knowing it.
Where they're like, I just felt bad.
I know.
No one was picking them up for the night. So, honey, give them some money.
Oh my God.
We're
I
just
had
gonna come hang
100 in my
out.
purse
Yeah.
anyway.
I just
So
want
we're
to
just-
boost the local economy.
Yeah, we're just gonna. He's just gonna be here. We're gonna have some drinks.
Yeah. No, I think so. But I mean, how long would he have stayed? Like breakfast, or like could you
Oh
just
God.
be like,
Well, I
No,
could,
it would have been based on how long you paid him to stay.
I do need to
don't
work
know.
on my Spanish, so that might have been a good opportunity.
oh, my Spanish is terrible, and I actually studied Spanish in grade
Also,
school. And
a
I
lot of
just
people
not
get
good.
escorts without any sexual stuff.
Oh, because they're lonely.
Yeah, it can just be. You can
Yeah.
just hang out
You know what
with
they could
thing.
do? They could start a podcast.
Look, I'm
trick
all in
people.
favor of like anybody who needs to make a living, wants to make a living,
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
anything they want. It is your life. You make a living
Yeah,
how you
yeah,
want to
yeah.
make a living.
For sure. Or wanting
Or-
to get a friendly friend to come over and just talk to you.
Look at this.
Like
This is great. You didn't even have to pay me for this. I'm not a gigolo. I'm not a rent boy.
Well, you're both kept
rent
women,
boy.
so you don't have to be rent boys.
No, that's true.
This
That's
is my
true.
friend, Rent Boy. It's Rent a Gay.
But I do have to say, if ever I had to fall back on something, it would be, well, not being a rent boy. What would it be?
Maybe a cocktail making?
Yeah, no, I make great cocktails.
Okay. No, I just imagined
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fabulous chateau. But it's also a bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
And you are the personality.
Yeah.
You give
Oh.
the tours, but you're also like, you have like a cocktail tray in your hand and you're like, this is where the last Chatelaine died. Here's your cocktail. And like
cocktail, yeah.
you're walking around, people are just like, what's happening?
Oh my
and all of a
God.
sudden they have the perfect
I'm so
drink.
excited.
And I've got goose pimples. Like this is and
This is my life.
And then
Yes.
you figure out like the menus and you make these just like once in a lifetime trips to
Yeah.
this and getting to know you and the stories that you tell.
Like
and
an innkeeper kind of
yes.
thing.
But like a celebrity encounter / bed and breakfast.
I can see this actually. So when we
Like
we
a
open our
Disney World.
commune, yeah, jazz hands and all. When we open our commune, I shall be the sort of welcoming committee.
Right? Okay.
I think there's hidden strength in that.
I also put all right. So this is part of my list of having trying to be brave enough to get a group of people together go on vacation, and we have to have a piano.
Yeah.
Is that relatable, Joel? Having a piano on vacation, you can rent them.
I've had a lot of musician friends. I'd
Yeah.
rather a piano than like somebody with an acoustic guitar.
Oh yeah. Well, they're just trying to get laid.
Yeah.
I don't want if someone's good enough to play piano, they'll be like, hey, I'm gonna play some piano. Great. If someone wants to play acoustic guitar, go outside and get hit by a bus.
Wow.
Oh.
I don't want that.
My son plays it and it's lovely.
Well, that's only because you're his mom.
You're
all
right,
I don't
you're
want
right.
to hear your son play acoustic guitar.
Fair enough.
But a piano is like one of those. It's like a group
Piano's a good one.
activity.
It's a group activity.
Yeah.
And so this is like in your chatelaine, your
Yes.
chateau.
Yes.
There's gonna be a piano, and
I
there'll be
play
like a
piano actually.
Shut the front door.
I do.
Do you play the musicals? We can sing along.
Well, okay. So
There's
honestly,
a piano downstairs.
there is a very nice piano
There's
downstairs.
gonna be a test after
did
this.
eye it. So it's mostly classical. I need to broaden my sort of repertoire.
Can you read music?
Not well enough. Not as well as Will.
Yeah, we have a friend who plays the piano professionally,
Yeah.
but he will not play musicals for us.
And I
So-
don't know why that is. I think we ask too much.
I do like how you downplayed yourself. You're like, I only know classical.
I only know classical.
No, but I mean that as in like sometimes it's
Yeah.
a rate limiting step to like learn other kinds of music because I've been so focused on
Yeah.
Brahms and Chopin and
I
Mozart.
have a PhD in the Rococo period of music.
Oh my
but-
God, I know. I just sound like a total asshole. But the upbringing of a
think-
Victorian boarding school basically.
This is my theory. Everyone is lonely. Maybe it's just me. And sorry.
Aw, we're here for you. We are here for Amy. No. Don't be lonely. We all love you.
She is. I mean,
I have existential loneliness.
yeah, she's lonely. She's not. She has lots of friends and people around, but she's just
I'm like, I was
Girl,
like,
you can call
I
me
came
anytime
out
you want to
lonely.
like anytime you want to hang out and do a podcast or whatever.
Right.
We go shopping
But
for
what-
chateaus.
I think part of my journey is to help other people not feel lonely, and then it helps me not feel lonely. And I think if you went to a bed and breakfast and met you,
Yeah.
and then there's a Broadway sing along, I'll be there too.
Oh my God.
There's a Broadway sing along. People are all of a sudden new best friends.
I love this so much. This speaks to my soul.
Right, and they spend like 2-3 days together hiking. Oh, did you see the waterfall? I did. What should we sing tonight? Just kind of like ways
Aw.
of connecting, and then they go off on their into the world, like feeling like they've made a human connection. They've had a memory
Yeah.
that they won't forget after the
Yeah.
pandemic. Every day was the same. You're like, what was that? 6 months or was it
Yeah.
3 years? I can't remember. Every day
Time
was
means
the
nothing
same.
anymore.
Right? We could do that together. We could make this happen.
I would love this.
It calls to my spirit, and I think this is the energy I want to do for like renting a house, like practice.
Yeah.
Bringing people together. And I had an idea.
Oh, okay.
What about renting a house in Salzburg, Austria, and doing a Sound of Music weekend vacation with the piano.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, Joel is Googling right now.
So the dork in me.
I was gonna say, I bet there's like a actual like tour of it.
There's a bunch of tours, and I guess the people in Salzburg have not watched The Sound of Music, and they don't understand why Americans are twirling and singing all over Salzburg.
Oh, wow. But do you know Mozart's from Salzburg?
Mozart has 2 houses in Salzburg.
Yeah.
I watched a YouTube video. Yeah, there's 2 houses. It's like his childhood house, and then the other one, and there's a painting of him with his sister and his father, and his mother on the wall in a painting. And his sister said this is the most what Mozart looked like. He didn't live very long. I think he died in his 30s.
A lot of people didn't live long back then.
I know. His cut could have murdered you.
Yeah, like you get a toothache, you're dead.
You're dead.
Also, there's like 30 different tours you can do.
But I think
we should do this.
Having you come and you and I we have to give. Will you Google Chatelaine and see what the 2 genders are on French in that?
What word did you just say?
Wait, what'd you call him?
A chatelaine? What is this?
Chatelaine?
Chatelaine is someone who runs a chateau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could run a chateau.
Yeah. Well, you're good at details in like getting the tile fixed and making sure the air conditioning is working. I'm guessing. I made that up.
No. Oh no, I outsource that.
Husbands?
I can call someone and write a
Who
check.
needs a BJ for some desk work?
No, I'm terrible at anything sort of like home repairs.
Okay,
anything like
I can
renovations.
hang art.
No, I can hang art. I can
decorate.
Oh my God, yeah.
You can do the menus because you're very good at food.
Yeah, we could do the menus.
Yeah.
See how I just included you?
I worked in catering sales for 3 months.
Did you really?
Yes.
3 months.
I cried too much, and they said I shouldn't work there anymore.
Catering is not for the faint of heart.
It was too long. I had to nap, and they didn't have nap times.
Like between courses? Like, they've got the soup. I can go down for 5 minutes.
I was at the St. Regis in Washington, D.C. It was my first job after college. And you had to book it and cook it. You had to be there at 8 a.m.
The one on 17th Street?
Yes.
The big one?
Yeah. But
were they there
near
the White House?
Near the White House, yes.
That is the most beautiful hotel in all of D.C. It is stunning.
It has pan-painted Italian ceilings. It was nice.
It's really lovely.
I don't think Chatelaine's a word.
You know what?
I think it's a city. There's a city called that.
Okay,
I'm
look
not
up
the person to
look up
ask.
brothel keeper then.
Brothel
That's
keeper.
called a madam.
Okay.
Oh, you're both madame.
Yeah. I didn't have to look that up.
I'm madam, you're madame.
We can do this. No, I didn't know that you worked in catering. That's amazing.
I did. Well, it's all part of the people pleasing and trying to make a party happen.
Oh my God. I used to work at the Four Seasons.
You did?
Yes.
Where?
The one here in Atlanta.
You did? What did you do there?
Well,
Were you a
would it
gigolo?
surprise you? No, definitely not. I had no talents
Full
for that.
circle.
No, I guess it would be full circle, but no, I was the concierge for the Four Seasons.
Of course you were.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to the residence side.
You have a very good customer service voice.
And then thank you. I just want you to know, I'm here to serve you.
Oh!
That's how I would greet my guests.
He recognized you.
I know your work. It's legendary.
I'm here to serve you.
So I did that for a time, and then I worked at the property management office at the Four Seasons because there are offices and condos above the hotel.
Yes. So how many people buy those and then die right away?
Oh,
It's got to be for old rich people.
you'd be surprised actually. I mean, it's the building is getting old in its age, like I am, but no, it's held up quite nicely. But no, all types live there.
Okay.
I do remember one guy, an eccentric gentleman, if I can just go off script for one quick second. He insisted on finding a way to zip line from the 42nd floor of the Four Seasons down to the ground.
Oh my God.
And I said, I'm pretty sure.
Did he do it? He found a way?
No. He wanted me to find a way for him to do that so he could install a zip line in case he needed to get out of the building for any emergency.
Was he watching Home Alone too much? Why did he want to zip line out of his 47th story? That's too far up.
He wasn't actually probably the brightest bulb in the chandelier.
How old was he?
He was, of advancing years.
I'm glad
there are easier ways to get out of the building. You take an elevator.
I think you're so cute. This is the brightest bulb in the chandelier.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah.
I heard the brightest bulb, but not in the chandelier. The Chatelaine energy is already coming.
Oh, dear.
I love it.
Oh, my God. I've been called out. I we're like literally covering copies. It's great.
I know.
I love it.
Where's
I love
my
this.
Duesenberg?
Where is my Duesenberg?
Where's my
actually?
palette?
Oh my god. But
Where's my, what is it called? Rent boy? Rent boy.
But I think, this would be a thing that we could do for a commune at a chateau.
I'm
Or
worried.
gîte.
I'm worried about this guy who's trying to jump out the window at the Four Seasons.
It's okay. He ran for insurance commissioner for the state of Georgia, and then he lost.
Okay, well,
And I think I don't know where he lives now.
But he also thought ziplining
Out of the Four Seasons.
That's
Yeah.
just jumping. It would have to be so gradual for it not to be an absolute lightning bolt of an experience.
I don't know that he was grounded in reality, but that's okay.
So people who sometimes are crazy run for office.
Sometimes.
We're not supposed to talk about that.
Sometimes they win.
Don't want to get put on a list. Well, I think we've done all of our things that are on my list, and it's the perfect time actually for us. Really quick before you go,
A word from our sponsors.
do we have sponsors, Joel?
Yeah, Kenton.
We'd like to thank Kenton for this hour.
Yes. He's been doing so my husband does Morse code.
That's
have
so
you heard
cool.
of that?
Oh,
did the
God,
guy
yeah.
at the Four Seasons talk to you about it before he jumped out the window?
No, actually, well, no, but I know what Morse code is.
So when we leave this costume chamber, we're gonna walk to his office, and $50 says he's in there, just like beep 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 beep, talking to. The median age is 94 of these people. They're very old. A lot of them were probably in the military. I call it his volunteer service.
They're hard of hearing. Is that where they're?
That's a good point. I don't know. They can do it faster than he can. So he's been listening to novels in Morse code.
That's next level geek. I mean, look,
It's my special boy.
I love Tintin so much. He's a stellar human,
I did
but
not
that
know
is
he was
next
listening
level
to
geek.
novels in Morse code.
Then he had to figure out how to make software to churn novels into Morse code that he could listen to
I
them on
was
his
about to
run.
ask how many people are turning novels into Morse code.
My count is just my husband.
Audience 1.
Yeah.
And so when he's like, we are not buying a chateau and starting a bed and breakfast that's about you and Reese being the stars of the chateau, I'll be like, beep, 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 beep.
Look, why don't you Morse code this home? Also, he could also listen to Morse code. He could listen to West Side Story in Morse code.
In Morse code.
I don't think it's the same. I think you're just.
It's not the same.
Yeah,
There's no passion there.
Well, no, I meant I don't think that doing the rhythm
That's
in
the same.
Morse code is the same. I think
That's not SOS.
Oh, short, long, short, long, short, long, long, long. Short, long, 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 long. I don't know.
Yeah. We're probably swearing.
We don't know what
All
we're saying.
I
slurs.
can
in
see
Morse
why your
code.
husbands were so happy when y'all met.
So
yes.
happy.
When
We
the-
gave our husbands the weekend off.
It's like,
Maybe they can make a play date for us.
I like this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pack a lunch.
Pack a lunch. No, we'll feed you.
Okay.
We'll order. We'll DoorDash.
Okay.
Yeah, Amy's not cooking.
All right. Well, I guess your Instagram and things are private, so no one needs to find you on the internet. This is usually where comedians are like, you can find me on tour. Oh, you can find me actually. Oh my gosh, I have a show coming up. It's on Thursday, December 5th. I'm going to do it in Morse code. It's at Mad Life Theater in Woodstock, Georgia. I'm headlining Stretch Marks and Laugh Lines show that our friend Heather does, and she came on the podcast. And I love this show, and I love her, and it's my first time headlining it, and I'm just so freaking excited. And then I think I'm going to record my album, my special, in the end of January, beginning of February, so that'll be a next announcement.
I am
think.
so excited about
where
this.
we're
I
gonna
will be
go.
there in Woodstock, by the way,
You coming?
with bells on.
Oh my gosh, you're going to have
Yes.
a period.
Oh my God.
All right.
You said stretch marks and laugh lines. I'm there.
I love you.
you,
Thanks so
darling.
much.
Oh, mwah. Mwah.